To a budding star that we are featuring on our show today, an upcoming startup, that's a photo sharing app which went live last year, barely 8 months back. We are talking about Vebbler. It's been funded by the likes of Sharat Sharma, Anupam Mittal, also Pranav Pai, Mohandas Pai's son, who runs his own fund. We caught up with Vebbler's founder and CEO Sahil Bhagat to really find out about what differentiates Vebbler from other photo sharing apps, what really sets it apart from the giants such as Instagram and Snapchat, and what the business model will look like going forward. Listen in.
Vebbler is essentially a photo collaboration app that provides a private way for people to share photos with friends, mainly using groups. Now, our understanding about the way people share photos today, especially millennials, is the fact that it's always happening in groups of people. Whether it's something as simple as a night out with friends that you take over the weekend, a family holiday that you've gone for, or even a bigger event like a wedding. These are occasions where there are multiple people who take hundreds of photos using different phones. The thing with platforms like Instagram or Snapchat, while they're great photo apps, mainly look at solving for individual sharing, where one person has the ability to share with multiple people. There is no app in the market at this point in time that looks into what we call a many-to-many model, where multiple people have the ability to share in one common place directly from the camera itself. And I think that's where Vebbler essentially steps in to specifically solve for the problem of photo collaboration. The problem of collaboration in itself was something that I personally faced. So this is a problem that's very, very close to me, especially during the time when I was in college, where all of us would, have these social groups and we would go out for, night outs on almost every single weekend. And the problem that used to happen at that point in time is that, we would take hundreds of photos, across all of the different smartphones that we had. And some of my best photos would actually be stuck on someone else's phone. So I would have to go back to messaging apps like WhatsApp, for example, and then actually manually request people to send me all of that content. The reality that I saw at that point in time is that once an event is over, some people see your message, some people don't. Some people send those photos, but most people actually forget after that event is over. So I realized that there was an inherent need to be able to create an experience where people can actually collaborate photos in occasions like these instantly and in real time, in a way where there is no pain point to later go back and do this manually. So I think this is essentially something that started off in college and is a problem that continues to stay with me as of right now. So I think Vebbler is actually a solution to that problem. We actually were lucky to work with and onboard some great investors, from the ecosystem, including Anupam Mittal from Shaadi.com, Sharat Sharma, Pranav Pai, Mr. Venkat Raju, and a syndicate of about 15 investors. We were pre-product at that point in time, so a major part of our money which we raised was to essentially build out the platform on Android and iOS. We launched the platform in August of 2016, and so it's been about 8-9 months so far, and we have grown to 700,000 users across 119 countries. We have over 46,000 clubs that we have created so far. In fact, the biggest club that we have right now, which has about 450 photos shared, is actually a club from New Delhi, which is created by a group of backpackers and bikers. And we've had about 2 million photos shared and about 5.5 lakh conversations that have been created on the platform itself. So it's been great in terms of how we've grown out in the last 8 to 9 months. At this point in time, the input mechanism into a club, is either the Vebbler camera or the gallery itself, right? But a lot of the future of how clubs are going to be is the fact that we look at clubs as the middle piece, right, where there will be multiple input mechanisms as well as multiple output mechanisms. So we're really excited about, looking at different ways in which people can sort of collaborate photos into a club beyond the camera itself. Can we look at hashtags that have been shared across social media and take specific hashtags and sync them directly onto the club itself. We're also looking at output mechanisms, where can I take all of the photographs that have been shared and in just one single tab export that as a Facebook album, or put it onto Google Drive or Dropbox or things like that. So it's really about creating an ecosystem where we have multiple channels to empower photos inside a club, and then integrate into third-party services that are already leveraging photos and videos, and see how we can sort of improve the experiences as well. Obviously, privacy is a very important aspect, so we're going to have to look at admin control and moderation and permissions. But I think this is the largest spectrum of how we're looking to solve for this.